Wouldn't eradicating municipal fluoride be a win in the fight to limit government overreach? Catherine, that sounds perfectly plausible to me. Abolish fluoride. Maha.
Thanks. Bunch of things here. One, I think fluoride is safe and fine. I love chemicals in everything. I like to have chemicals in my water. I like to have chemicals in my air. I like to have chemicals in my body. So I just want to start there. I'm not a fluoride skeptic about its efficacy. However, I do think that the letter writer raises an interesting point. And so I want to go to federalism really quick. I do not think it is a win for liberty if Donald Trump says we can't have water with fluoride anymore. I think that will be, in fact, an inappropriate level to make that decision, and that or RFK Jr. says it. That is not the right way to do it. I do think dental care has improved and dental habits have improved since we started adding fluoride to the water. It's probably a less bang for a buck effective public health intervention than we've had in the past. And in conclusion, we should privatize the supply of water so that I can opt for the fluoride added water company or the no fluoride water company for a different price. And so anarchy forever. Thank you.
I wonder, now that you've raised that, Catherine, whether France, which is a world leader in privatizing water delivery systems, does fluoride or not fluoride. And I'm not going to make any aspersions about French people's teeth because that's not a good thing for me to do. But I'm just a genuine curiosity. Nick, is it come back John Birch Society, all is forgiven?
Yeah. So thinking about this question, I did a little bit of research, and it's about 63% of Americans are served by water supplies that are fluoridated. So it's not 100%. There is a lot of variation, and part of that is if you're on a well, generally you don't have fluoride in your water unless it's naturally occurring, and then it might be at higher levels than are safe. But fluoridation, to echo what Catherine was saying, this fluoridation has been a public health win. It definitely helps the dental problems of poor people and old people. There's a lot of comparison of this, and at the levels that water is fluoridated, it is safe and effective for reducing the number of dental problems. So now that does not mean that, just because it's good, it should be mandated. But one of the things that I'm more interested in about this, because this is small ball by anybody's count, but the actual first attacks on fluoridation did not come from the John Birch Society, but as Ronald Bailey wrote in a 2001 article for Reason magazine, or at least on the website, it was a bunch of left-wing New Deal muckrakers who are claiming that it was a sinister plot. And that's the important thing, is fluoridation is always sinister. It's never for the public good. It's always evil. It was for a bunch of corporations that were trying to get rid of deadly chemicals. And they figured like the POWs in The Great Escape, that they're going to scatter the dirt all over the camp. They're going to convince legislators to start pumping fluoride into the water so they can unload this pile of fluoride that they got to get rid of. And then it got taken up by the John Birch Society. And then it got taken up by left-wingers again, like Robert Kennedy when he was a left-winger. I don't know what he is now. Ralph Nader is also against fluoridation, and it was a big part of his 2000 presidential campaign. So what is interesting to me about the fluoride debate is that it is always about some kind of big major conspiracy that is affecting the precious bodily fluids of Americans. And it is never quite that, because it doesn't actually hurt anybody. So I'm good with just saying, you know what? Do fluoride if you like fluoride. Vote out those fucking bastards who are pushing fluoride, on your municipal water supply, many of which are privately owned, or run by utilities that are private and things like that. But go ahead and do it. But I don't care. And when people raise this question, it is usually part, and this is certainly true of RFK Jr., who I would love to see head of HHS, because I think he's going to dismantle parts of the drug war. But he is an insane conspiracy freak, and fluoride is always one little, tile in that glorious mosaic of nutsiness about purity versus impurity. That was a clip from the latest Reason Roundtable. If you want to see more clips, go here. If you want to see the whole episode, go here. make sure to subscribe at Reason's YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, watching, or both.